What is up, my people? How are you all? I am so freaking excited for today's Facebook Live. I haven't been here in a couple of weeks because I was winding down from my launch, and I just have so much wisdom to share with you. So many breakthroughs that are happening for me, for my clients behind the scenes, and for friends around me. And I am so excited to kind of come back and give you all the insights of all the things that are happening behind the scenes. So if you're live, say what's up. I see people joining. Let me make sure that I'm actually live in the right place because I just changed my settings in my camera setup, and I'm so freaking excited for this. So today we're going to be talking about how to make a lot of money, how to meet your income goals, even when you're feeling negative emotion. This is gonna be the topic for the day. So if you're here live, I see a couple of people live, can you tell me if you can hear me? Let me just make sure that I bring this up actually. Okay, I'm on. This is good. Okay, cool. So today's topic is how to attract premium clients and make a lot of money even when you feel negative emotion, okay? That is what we're going to be talking about today. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I know so many of you are wanting to attract clients. You're like, in the process of it. And sometimes it feels like you're not getting the result quickly and you start feeling all these negative emotion, right? Like, tell me in the comments if this feels. Hi, Denise. How are you? Oh, you will like this one. This one's going to blow your mind, Denise. I think you're going to want to stay. Tell me in the comments, tell me if this feels like it happens to you. Give me a 1 in the comments. So you're wanting to, you start trying to, committed to your result of attracting clients, and then you take action, and you don't see the results happening. And then in that moment, you're like washed over with negative emotion, right? And it's like, oh shit, maybe this isn't going to happen. Or maybe this month, I'm not going to meet my, 20K goal or whatever, that it feels aligned. It feels like it's mine. It feels like that's what I want, but it's not going to happen because you just get a wave of uncertainty, right? Hi, Erica. How are you, love? And I really want to talk about this because not a lot of people are talking about this online. They just don't. Most people say, you just got to stay in the high vibe frequency. You really just want to think positive thoughts. You really just want to be open to abundance. And you just want to be kind of in this flowery state of mind. Because if you're not, then you're not going to attract, you're going to lose. You're pretty much fucked if you feel negative emotion, right? And I feel like that's such a superficial, I feel strongly about the opposite, because it's such a superficial way of explaining what it looks like to energetically attract people, to be in your belief. It's such a superficial way. It's kind of like they read a quote on a book and then they just think that that's the way it is. It lacks so much depth. And I know so many of you, or so many of my clients, and even I used to think that I needed to be on this high vibration all of the time in order to attract people. And if I think one negative thought, then I'm fucked. And that fucks with you because you're naturally going to experience negative emotion. So what do you do when you are in that place? This is what I want to talk about. And I want to give you very clear and real examples of my personal process of how I've been able to do this, because I can tell you that I really accredit a lot of my success over the past, even couple of months. I've had $104,000 in December of sales, $107,000 in January through my launch. And I apply these concepts that I'm going to teach you. So this is going to be a little bit more next level. This is going to be for you if you kind of practice a lot of personal development work, but things are still feeling a little bit funky. This is for you if you are in the game of attracting premium clients or getting big results, really committed to your goals, and things are kind of feeling a little bit sticky. Cool. Hi, Jody. Let me say hello to all of you. Hi, Emily, Kaylin, you guys. So happy to see you guys. So I'm going to talk about this because, again, so many people feel like they have to be always in a positive energy, or that it always has to feel good. And this is the biggest mistake that I see so many people make. It's you call your friends, or you ask your coach, and if they don't really know how it all works, they tell you if it doesn't feel good, really stop and maybe quit, or maybe stop your launch, or maybe change your niche, or maybe change your offer and then try again, right? So I really want to just tell you what I do instead, because what we're doing when we have that mentality of let me jump ship and go to the next thing, thinking that the grass is going to be greener there, or thinking that I need to change my strategy halfway through. Like this happened to me in my launch. And I'll tell you how it happened. Like I launched my program, and of course, in the beginning of the launch, a bunch of people applied, right? And then there was a slump. Like I was promoting, I was showing up, I was, believing, I was like, oh yeah, this is mine, yeah. No applications. No applications. And I'm like, I believe, where is my result? And this is where a lot of people find themselves. And in that moment, when you go into a dip, right? When you go into a moment where things are flat, when you're not getting the results, that's the moment where 99% of people drop. They change their mind. They decide maybe the goal is too big. They go a different direction. And I get it, because it's like your brain wants to go for seeking pleasure. Your brain is addicted to the instant gratification. This is what's going on for so many people, right? Like give me a 2 in the comments if you've ever felt that way when you're in the slump and you're like, all right, I guess my goal is not going to be mine, right? And I just want to offer that is part of the process. This is part of the roller coaster of being in a launch, for example, of being like in your journey attracting the client. This is part of it. And what I want to teach you in this video is what you want to do to revitalize your results, okay? So let's see what people are saying. Juliet says, I love this. Erica says, so needed, so good. All right. Yeah, and so I want to tell you like my real life example, and I'm going to do a Facebook Live like dissecting my entire launch and how I was able to make my goal was $60,000, you guys, for my launch, and I made $104,000. And I tell you that this is what I did. Like, I'm going to tell you what I did. I mean, I'm going to do a whole thing on like dissecting the numbers and everything. And I'm going to teach you what I did, my strategy and everything. But right now I want to teach you the energetic, like the inner work that I did. So you have your goal, right? Step one is decide on a clear goal. Don't be like, oh, I kind of want some clients. Like number one, you want to decide on what is your goal. I want 10 people in my program. That was my goal. Want 10 people, $6,000 each. That's what I thought I wanted, right? I didn't want $100,000. That wasn't actually even my goal. Like I blew past my goal, okay? But you want to start with a very clear goal. Don't just go kind of just like, I want some clients. Like, no, why do you want the number of clients? Like, what's your unique number, which I've taught you guys over and over again. Be clear on that. That's step one. Then you want to create your plan. How are you going to get there, right? And you want to start obviously working on your belief. Like, why am I committed to doing this? Why am I committed to following through with this? Why is this the best thing I could be doing? And then what's your plan? Now, once you start executing that plan, right? Because that's half of the struggle. Then you start executing the plan, you start showing up, you start doing the result, taking the actions. And then what's going to happen is that you're going to probably have like a rush of a couple of people that are going to apply. You're going to have some people like raising their hand. You're going to get some instant gratification. Your brain is going to be very happy about that and is going to create expectations about what it has to look like. So this is the first distinction I want to give you in those moments that you feel like things are funky, that things aren't working out. Before you decide to jump ship, before you decide to change your mind, I want you to just allow all of the negative emotion and all of the thoughts about like need to do what feels easy, need to change my offer, whatever. When you just to like pause, you can come back to this for a minute, but just have a minute where you slow down. And you start looking at like, what are the expectations that I had as to what this needed to look like? Because oftentimes the pain that we suffer from in those moments, it all stems from expectations that we have about how easy it should be. This is the biggest fucking problem I see with people, including me and my clients. Like I raise my hand. Sometimes I have fucking expectations that it should be faster, right? I was like, I want to feel this launch like, even before I close a car, like I should just be able to do that. I had the expectation that I needed like my people to sign up even before the car closed. Don't fucking ask me why, but I decided randomly that I was going to put that expectation. So of course, in the middle of it, I signed five people and I'm like, where are the other 5? Why are people not applying? What the fuck's going on? Right? And the what the fuck's going on. And I was anxious and thinking, what the fuck? Why isn't this working? But it all stemmed from me having the thought it has to look a certain way. 10 people should have applied. 20 people should have applied by now. Like, I put that expectation on it, and I wasn't allowing the process to unfold as it was always gonna meant to unfold no matter what. So that is the first fucking thing. Like, this is so important. I know you're probably like, I've heard about expectations before, Juliana. Tell me really how you made $100,000. No, this is how I did it. Like, this is how it's going to help you meet your income goals every month. Really take a look at the expectations that you're putting on yourself right now for it to look a certain way. Really look at how much you're comparing yourself to Susie and Annie and whoever the fuck else, because it seems like they're doing it better, or they like, or they're, it's easier for them. It's the most toxic thing we can do, you guys. And even at the level of like the 7-figure earners, like, this doesn't go away. This is, the expectation is still there. So I don't care if you're a newbie. I don't care if you're earning 7 figures. This is not too basic for any of you, like for any of us. For any of us, the expectations are what really create the suffering. Expectations are what create the problem. So look, if you're in the middle of a launch right now, if you are wanting to attract clients, look at your expectations. I just had a call with one of my clients that it changed his life right now, just because we started to uncover what were all the expectations that he was putting on himself. He even said, I want to be the star student in your program. That was what I wanted. So why isn't it happening? I'm like, who the fuck said you need to be the star student on my program? Who the fuck said that? No, your timeline is different than the other person, right? It's like we put all these unnecessary expectations, and I would really want you to just sit with yourself right now, or just after this video, and look at like, where am I putting unnecessary pressure on myself that it has to look a certain way? When I did that, I literally had a fucking come to Jesus moment, and I'm like, yeah, why did I put the expectation that it had to look like 10 people sold fast, right? Like, no. And so in that moment, I like came back to my body. This is what I want to teach you, my process for really allowing versus resisting, because here's what's happening. We have the negative emotion, right? Washing over us. It's never going to happen. We're a failure. Basically not meant to do this. It's all gone wrong, blah, blah, blah. All of it happening in that moment, right? It's all going on. And by the way, give me a 3 in the comments if this is resonating with you. Like, tell me so far about the expectations, if all of this is like helpful. So we have the negative emotion wash over us, right? What most people do is like they try to outrun the negative emotion, and they're like, oh fuck, I need to either give up, or I need to like take scatter fucking action and change my game plan, or just whatever, and then hope that it works. And what I'm going to suggest is that you actually take a minute and slow the fuck down. Put your everything to do aside and come back to your body and start like identifying, what is it that I need to feel right now? What needs to be felt? And I had to come back to my body and then do the mindset work, right? I had to like allow myself to feel like the anxiety, like the like, oh, what if this doesn't happen? What if I don't feel the program? Like, I just put everything out, right? Like the doubt, all of it. I came back to my body and I started feeling the emotion, and I'd allow myself to feel it before kind of like, you know, working on it to like the positive thought or whatever that's going to get me my result. I allow myself to come to my body, allow myself to feel the doubt, the fear, the whatever worst case scenario of like having, you know, 5 people in my program instead of 10 or whatever, and just came back to it. And I just allow myself to feel it before I did any other mindset work. First thing, right? Allow myself to be in my body, but not get stuck in there. So it's just like allowing your emotions to come, right? Without feeling like they're going to take over you, because all that we're fearing is that we're going to feel a feeling that we're going to get stuck there. And you're not going to get stuck. You just have to feel it deeply, fully, throughout. Once I did that, I put all my thoughts down on paper, right? Like, what are all my false beliefs or my fears? And he was like, well, that people are not going to sign up and whatever, right? From that place, I started reverse engineering, like, what is the result that I'm committed to? So the result that I'm committed to is 10 people in my program, right? Cool. What's worked? What hasn't worked? What do I need to be doing differently? And I started proactively thinking on the things that are going to support my goal, no matter what, and that would revitalize the launch. Like, what do I need to be doing differently? What do I need to be continue to do, right? And, you know, what creative ideas do I have to revitalize the launch? Like, I'm still committed to my goal, right? in that moment, I started thinking like, well, what have I done before that has worked? Like what like new ideas, what like creative ideas, what inspire ideas do I have? What topics for my content can I like tap into to like just revitalize the results, right? Because I'm fucking fully committed to this. This is my goal. This is happening. Like I did not lose belief, right? So I believe harder, and I decided to just like come from an inspired creative place about like what could be different, right? And from there, I came up with a couple of ideas that I implemented from like post ideas. And like I came up with an idea for like a payment plan that like people fucking jumped on, and that was amazing. And it was very inspired. And in that moment, as soon as I allow myself to do that work and stayed committed to my goal, is when things started taking off. But I had to kind of be in those like 5 days of like, why isn't this happening? Why aren't the results coming? I had to allow myself to be there and not make it mean like something had gone terribly wrong. Like launch flop, failure, bye. And guess what happened? I got 12 fucking people in my program. Not fucking people, amazing people in my program, amazing clients that are so dreamy, so amazing. Majority of them like decided to pay in full. I actually created a VIP package that's what took me to $107,000 in my launch, because I had that inspired idea even at the beginning of launch to do a VIP package for people who wanted to work with me one-on-one too. And so, I increased the price, and that way I increased the revenue without adding more work. It was just like, it just started flowing. But I just allow myself to have the negative emotion coming. I allow myself to feel it. And then I allow myself to also take action from an inspired place of joy, but also being like, oh shit, what if it doesn't happen? Like feeling like the uncertainty as well as feeling like the rooted belief, and held both paradigms at the same time, knowing that the result was mine. I was gonna, whatever was gonna happen was gonna happen in my favor. And that is the thing that I see so many entrepreneurs lacking, you guys, is the ability to resist the desire for instant gratification, resist the desire for the expectations to look a certain way, and just allow the process to unfold for the better. I did not expect to make $107,000. That was not my goal. My goal was 60. It worked out even better in the end. It's magical. But you have to allow yourself to be in the discomfort and allow yourself to feel the emotion and take it and transform it, feel it, and then decide instead what you're committed to. It's like the secret to getting anything you want in your life and in your business. That way your clients are going to be magnetized, because imagine I hopped on sales calls and I was not in my head about, is this not happening? Is this not happening? Like, no, I was like, of course this is happening. Of course this is my goal. I'm going to show up for this person on this sales call, and I'm going to be all present for them. I'm not going to be in my head about my stories, about my not worthiness. No, I don't have time for that. I'm here to serve my client. I'm here to help them. Everything else is just busyness. Okay? All right, so let me read through some of the comments. Let's see. So I have true, Diosa says, so true about expectations. Juliet says, just wrote an article about getting too attached to the outcome and instant gratification and how it sabotages your success. Yes, this is literally what I'm talking about. Raylene says, just got out of the dip and is picking up. So true. It's a matter of staying on. Oh, so good, you guys. Yes, this is so important. And I really help my clients with this because it's like one of the most important skills you can learn as an entrepreneur. It's not something people are talking about out there. Most people are selling you the dream of like, it needs to happen fast, manifest things quickly, like all of it. Yeah, I'm all in. I'm a fucking fast manifester too. And how do you want to show up when the evidence isn't there, when the results aren't there? That is what I'm most interested in. That's a conversation I'm actually way more interested in than the conversation of like, how can we make it faster? Like, this is one thing that I share with one of my friends that I want to pass on to you. Like, I realize that like, I would love to hit a 7 figures. Like that's my goal. And I'm okay if it doesn't happen tomorrow. I'm okay if it doesn't happen at the end of the year. Like, I'm so committed to my goal. I'm so committed to it happening, but I'm not attached to it being a certain way. Like, one of the things that I think about is like, who could die a millionaire? Like people, not everybody in the world will ever die a millionaire. Like, am I willing to wait like 3 years just to hit 7 figures, which I know is not going to take me that long? Am I willing to wait 3 years to hit like 10 million, whatever it is? Yeah, I'm enjoying the process. I'm okay with how long it's going to take. And I'm committed to it happening quickly. I'm committed to things changing quickly. I'm committed to things happening out of unexpected ways. I'm committed to that. And I'm also okay with the process. And it's the most important skill that you can master, right? Because it's going to help you get your results. Because imagine if you live from that place, you will have your results guaranteed. Your results will be guaranteed because you're committed no matter what. You just have to resist that urgency and that urge for it to happen tomorrow. Because like the thought about money needs to happen today is what's stopping money to come tomorrow, or is what's stopping your goal to happen tomorrow. It's like that urgency that if it doesn't happen now, then it means something about me. So I'm not telling you like specific strategy, because I'm going to do a whole Facebook Live on like my 100K launch and like the strategy and whatever, all of it. But I really wanted to give you the mindset shift because I know this is going to help all of you who are stuck maybe in like that kind of like dip of like, oh, why are things not here? So I want to invite you to come back to like, what is it that you're feeling? What needs to be felt? And once you actually are with your feelings and with your thoughts, and don't make them mean anything, don't take action from that place of like urgency of like things aren't happening, just allow them. And then from there you can create the actual intentional result that you want, the intentional thoughts, feelings, and actions that are actually going to get you the result that you want, and then get rooted in that and act from that place. But you have to learn how to hold both paradigms at the same time. That is the secret. Okay, all right, let's see who's here. Cisse, Marina, hey ladies. Hi Stephanie, how are you? Hi Jacqueline. So let me know in the comments if this is like, just give me like a 4 in the comments if this resonated with you. And if you want me to create more content like this, because I seriously feel like some of like my results that are not some, like everything in my life is a result of being willing to not just focus on the strategy, which I'm really good at, and I'm like knee deep, nose deep in like strategic thinking and sales and marketing, but it's like being just as intentional and as like having as much as a profound like impact in the work that I do internally for the results to be sustainable. Because what happens when people are focused on creating instant gratification, I want a client tomorrow, I want my whatever 20K month to happen now, otherwise blank. What happens is like, imagine if you get that 20K month or whatever it is that you want, if you get it and you get it right away, you're gonna think like, oh, it has to happen always easy. And the month when you have a dip for whatever reason, right, because there's a moment for you to up level, you'll start to think, oh, shit, was that a fluke? Shit, how can I do it again? Maybe I don't know how to create results in my business. You start second guessing yourself. You start going into doubt, overwhelm, anxiety, all of that. And guess what happens when you do that? Because you're high achievers, you're probably gonna continue taking action and moving forward, but you're gonna fuel that action with anxiety and from overwhelm. And guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be burned out. So yes, I made 100K months or for the last 2 months in a row, but I made sure that I fueled the result, which was the money that I received or that I sold, with an emotion that was actually sustainable. Like, it's not sustainable to be in overwhelm. It's not sustainable to be in fear. It's not sustainable to be in doubt. Like, that's what actually got me burned out years ago. I'm more interested in stabilizing the emotions and the thoughts that are going to get that result consistently without being attached to it having to happen every month. Like, it just doesn't serve you to have that attachment. So it's so important to it's like synchronize your nervous system with the result and doing the work that is going to unlock that result for you. Like, I just did this with one of my clients. She feel really stuck, feeling like a lot of scarcity, and she's already a 6-figure earner, right? Feeling a lot of scarcity. She has a lot of money, like her family has a lot of money. Like, there's no reason why she should be feeling like in scarcity. And we did a lot of inner work for her to really feel like what was actually needing to be felt, which is what I taught you guys here. And then we found like, what is the feeling that's going to help her show up consistently? And it was feeling safe. Like she did not like her, we took her way back. And so we were able to like really create a space for her to know like, I'm safe today. I'm safe today. I'm safe today. And she just she just cried when we had that breakthrough. And ever since then, she's made more money than I thought. Like the other day I posted about it, thinking that she had made like just under 50K. She's made more than $50,000 just because we aligned the energetic, like her emotional state with the result that was actually going to be aligned for her. So, and now she knows how to do that sustainably, right? Because if you're coming from negative emotion and you get your result, then you'll be like, oh shit, how do I do that again? I was kind of feeling doubtful. Like I wasn't sure if it was ever going to happen. And then like it happened for you, but then you don't know how to like repeat that result because you're not coming from an energetic state that's like serving the sustainability of the result. So this is like the stuff that people don't really want to talk about, like in marketing or in sales, or maybe this is the stuff that like money mindset people talk about. They don't really actually go and like link it with the strategic piece. And this is why I feel like my coaching is so unique and so different and so like complete, because we go deep in both ends so that you can actually have the sustainable results. And that's why my clients are able to sustain their results, because we do the work in both areas, right? Both things are so important. So just want to leave you with the last thing, which is actually, I think that was it. That was it. If you, by the way, if you are curious about working with me one-on-one, I have one spot left for this month. Actually, 2 people booked a call with me, so I do have 2 conversations with them next week, but still there's time for you to apply if you're curious about working with me one-on-one for 6 months, where this is for you if you're like at 6 figures or just under 6 figures and you really want to like go to like 250 or 500K, because I've gone through that journey and I can help you really unlock the inner piece of how you're going to get to sustainable results and how can you work without having to add more hours to your calendar, which is what a lot of my clients, where they are at, right? Like they're like, yes, I know how to make 6 figures, but how can I make more without burning out? How can I attract high level clients that are willing and able to pay me more so that I don't have to work with 10 clients, but I can just work with 1 instead? How can I really attract the right type of people? And we do that by clarifying your message. I teach you my entire lead gen process that just attracts people to you so that you don't have to be reaching out to people all the time. And my sales process that gives my clients like my client Relind, I think she's here. I don't know if she's still here, but we had a call yesterday and she was like, I'm like, so what's your conversion rate? Or like, what are the objections that you're getting on calls? And she's like, no, I don't really get objections. Which is amazing. My client Jessica gets like 90 to 100% conversion rate in her calls and people paying full all the time. She's a life coach. Like I just believe so much in my process because it just works for my clients so freaking well. And they're happy, they're healthy, they're aligned, they're rooted in their authentic truth. They're doing the things their way, not my way. Like we really uncover what is the way for you and your business. And I just feel so confident in my ability to help you. So apply. I'm going to drop the link in the comments here. Relind's here. She's here. You tell him, Relind. You tell him. Okay, let me just drop the link. So calendly.com. Juliana Garcia /MMM. Juliana Garcia. Yeah, go ahead and book a call with me. And then we can chat and just see like where you're at in your business, like what is your vision? I help you crystallize that. How can we get there? Like what would be the plan to help you get there so you actually see how, like what we would do together, right? Like I'm interested in diving deeper and understanding what that will look like. I do that with all of my clients. Like what are going to be the steps? How do we figure this out? We do that on the call. And then you get to decide like, if at least you will walk away with your steps on like what are the shifts that you need to make in your business. You get to decide, you know, if you feel really pulled or called to work together, then we can just start. And if you feel like maybe it's like not the right fit, or if I feel like maybe it's not the right time, I'll also tell you and refer you to somebody who may be the right fit, which I've done plenty of times and it's worked out amazing. So Relind says it's really good. I adore having you as my coach and the results are mind-blowing. I love you so much. And also it's because she's an implementer. She really just takes action. She says she just does everything. So my clients are implementers. You got to be willing to implement. All right, my loves. I love you all so much. I hope you're having an amazing rest of your day. And I'll be coming back to all of you with more live streams every Thursday. I was just in my lunch and I was kind of just, nourishing myself again. So Let's see what else she's saying. Last year I made 6 figures. Now it's February and I'm at 42K already and my launch is still going. Oh my God. So proud of you, Rolyn. Ah, so good. I think my sweet spot for sure is like people who are like just under 6 figures or at 6 figures and who just like really want to blow it up. Like my client Gemma from Australia, also 6-figure earner, and she just already made in like, we started working in December and she's December. She took a whole month off on vacation and she already has made 52K, and we just clarify her message. She didn't even change her audience. We just like we just clarify her message. We started writing better content, right? So congratulations, Rolyn. Your launch is literally blowing my mind. Thank you all of you for being here, and I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Mwah! Love you all. Bye.